Hey, beautiful people, what's going on? What's going on? It's your girl, Coach TaShon, your marriage communication coach, live on this Marriage Monday. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Listen, it is a beautiful day here in the A. It is hot. It is hot. What I tell y'all, it's summertime. It's going to be hot, right? But listen, I am so glad that I can feel the heat. What does that mean? That means I'm alive. I'm breathing. I can feel it. And guess what? I'm blessed to have some air, so I'm not going to complain, y'all. Don't complain. Let's make sure we don't find anything to complain about. There's a difference between valuable venting and complaining. Make sure you are not complaining, all right? So listen, I am live on all platforms. So make sure you can catch me on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. On TikTok, all right? So listen, so that way you don't have any excuse not to get this information. Now, you know how we do it. If you've been in my TLC community, you know that I need you to get a notebook. Yep, that's right. Get a notebook. Get a notebook, all right? So you can take down these nuggets and so forth. All right? Listen, before we get started, make sure you drop by Swag Her Magazine. Give them a shout out because they are a sponsor of TLC Community Coaching and part of the TLC community. And we are just so honored and so blessed to have them. So make sure you go by their page, stop by their platform, and give them some love. Swag Her Magazine. All right. And again, welcome to the TLC community. If you have questions, please feel free to put them in the chat, and I will try to address them. Answer them once I get the information out to you, okay? So please forgive me if I cannot read all of the comments right now, but believe me, I will go back and we'll get to them, all right? So listen, it is Marriage Monday, every Monday live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on all social media platforms. I am your favorite marriage communication coach, Coach TaShon, and welcome again to Marriage Monday. Marriage Monday. Listen, we are at the end of June, y'all. We are at the end of June. Y'all have been doing some amazing work in your relationships, in your marriage. First of all, give yourself a hand clap. That's right, a high five, because you've been doing it. You've been doing it. You've been doing the work. And that's what coaching is all about. There's nothing magical about it. I can give you all the tools, the steps, the strategies, all that good stuff, right? But you have to do the work. You have to do the work, right? And so y'all been showing up. If you've been showing up to the TLC community for Marriage Mondays and Talking Out Tuesday and all the nuggets throughout the week, you've been doing the work, right? Because you said that I want to bridge this communication gap in my relationship, in my marriage. I know my marriage is not over with. We just got a little challenge. It's okay. It's okay. I tell you all the time, your marriage is not over. You may go through some challenges, but it's okay, right? It's okay because your marriage is not over. That's why I'm here to support you and to help you through this, right? Because believe it or not, a lot of marriages go through. That's the key word. Go through the storm, right? You go through it. Doesn't mean that it's going to last forever, right? And sometimes we need a little support. We need some help and whatnot. And that's where I come in. I got it for you. I got you, right? And what do I always say to you? You've been following me? I don't like stress. So therefore, I'm not going to stress you. I'm not going to give you anything long and just difficult to follow, right? Nope. Because I want you to bridge this communication gap with ease and flow. I don't want you to be stressful, y'all. I don't want y'all to be stressed out over this because it's not complicated. We just make it complicated. All right. So listen, this month we're ending on a good note again. And this month's theme, we've been talking about love growing with your mate, right? So you didn't quit, y'all. Y'all didn't quit. Again, give yourself a pat on the back. You didn't quit. You grew. You didn't run from the hard stuff. You faced it. You sat in it. You talked it out. You prayed through it. And even it still felt a little messy. But that's okay. That's okay. Because the healing process ain't perfect, right? Bridging that communication gap ain't perfect. ain't a perfect process. It can be a little yucky. But it's gonna be worth it, right? And you went through it. So listen, number one, right? You released some heavy stuff. Y'all do know that, right? During this week, all this month, if you've been following me, you've been taking down your notes, you released some heavy stuff. And there were some things like some overreactions, some hidden hurt, some of that ego, that pride, all of that stuff. You release some of that, right? And you're going to continue to release. It's not to be dismissed or anything. That is huge. You may think like, oh man, that wasn't a lot. Yes, it was. It was a lot for you to release that, right? Because you made a declaration. You said, listen, I want me and my boo to grow. I'm ready for this thing to move forward. Because remember, I told you, coaching is about moving forward. We're not going backwards. So if you got like the trauma, you got a lot of deep-rooted issues, that's for a marriage counselor, therapist, right? I'm your marriage communication coach. We move forward. So I want you to understand that when you're moving forward, you're taking these steps to move forward. So you release. That is moving forward, right? That's saying that I'm ready to do this thing. I am ready to grow with my boo. And that's what you did. You released some heavy stuff. And that's something to be proud of. That is something to be proud of. You didn't quit. You didn't get scared. You probably was a little scared, but you didn't quit, y'all. You didn't quit. And that is something to be proud of, right? You let go of those egos. You let go of that pride. You let go of that stubbornness. You let go of that attitude, all of that, right? So that you can communicate better with your boo. And that's a huge accomplishment. That is a huge accomplishment. And you need to be proud of that. You need to give yourself, celebrate that. Always talk about celebrate. Even though you think it's a small win, that's something huge. You didn't give up. You released a whole lot. And that's something to be proud of. Okay? So number one, you released some heavy stuff. Celebrate that. Give yourself kudos, high five, kiss your brain, all of that. You release that so that you and your boo can move forward. Because the name of this is moving forward. You're not being stuck in the past. We're not doing that. We're not going to do that, right? Again, if you feel like there's some deep-rooted trauma that you cannot handle, that's when I suggest you go to find a marriage therapist. And if you are in need of one, reach out to me and I can connect you with some very good marriage and family therapists. Okay? All right. Number two, you guys. Ready? I told you there's nothing stressful, right? Ain't nothing stressful about this. You didn't quit. You chose to grow. Yep. You chose to grow. So along with that releasing, you chose to grow, right? And it did feel messy. It felt a little yucky. It felt like, man, I can't do this. What's she talking about? Man, come on. I ain't communicating with my boo. We edit. And she's talking about don't quit, don't give up. But you did, right? You made it. You didn't give up. You grew. And that's it. You're growing. This is a process. And I think sometimes we forget. We forget about the grace. We forget about the patience, right? And we have to understand that it is a daily practice. That's why I say take your notes. Don't pull out your notebook when you're about to have an argument or whatnot. No, you got to practice these notes daily. You got to practice it daily, right? So every day, you and your boo, and even if your boo is not on board yet, because they will, they'll come aboard, right? You continue to put it in action. You continue to practice it, right? So you chose to grow, and that growth did feel messy. It did. But tell me how y'all really felt afterwards. You felt good, didn't you? You felt like, oh, did I have a conversation without having an attitude? Did I have a conversation without rolling my eyes, rolling the neck? That's something to be happy about, right? Did I have a conversation with my boo without being condescending? Did I have a conversation with my boo without comparing her to somebody else's wife? Man, I did that. Yo, we did that, right? That's growth. Because now you can look back and you say, you know what, I do know how to communicate with my boo. Yeah, we've been in this thing for a while, but some things been going on and I'm just not feeling it. But guess what? We're growing. We are growing. It's not an I thing, not a you thing. It's a we thing because we're in a team. We're a team. Because what I always tell you, at the end of your day, you and your boo's day, you want peace in your home. It is not worth it, y'all. It is not worth fussing and fighting over something trivial. Now there are some conversations that need to be had and that may seem very extreme, but there is also a way to talk to your spouse. There is a way to talk to your spouse about what's going on. There's a way to handle things, right? All that fussing and cussing each other out, being condescending, just being downright rude and just evil towards each other, that is your boo. Y'all are sleeping in the same bed. Y'all have been in and out of things, and there's no way in the world you should be talking to each other like that, right? So again, when you look back and you say, oh, wait a minute, we actually had some conversations without the fussing and the fight and the sarcasm and, dismissing each other. That's growth. That's growth. You don't, and again, what do I tell you? Do not compare your marriage and your journey to anybody else's because that is your growth. And y'all celebrate that. Celebrate that. Okay? Make sure you do. I tell you, me and mine, we go out and get us some ice cream. We celebrate. We'll celebrate it because they may be minor to other people, which it doesn't matter, but they're huge to us, right? So when you can overcome that and that, listen, we had a good conversation and we got something resolved, or it's going to continue, like that's growth. That's what you want. So you didn't quit, right? You did not quit. That is you did not quit. All right? Number 3, I told you I'm not going to hold you long. It is not complicated. It is not complicated. Every conversation, even the hard ones, planted a seed. Meaning, don't rush that fruit. Keep watering what y'all are building. You got to keep watering what you're building. That's it. It's a seed that you planted, right? You said, listen, I don't want to argue with my boo. I don't want to be at odds with my baby. I want us to be on the same team. But sometimes she may not be hearing and understanding what I'm saying. And I don't know how to get to it. Man, my baby is the bomb. I love my husband, but he's just not understanding where I'm coming from. That's the seed that you planted because right there, both of you said, I want this. I want to talk to my boo. I want to connect. I'm just not understanding how to right now. It's a little off, but I know that's my boo. We love each other, right? You planted that seed. You planted that seed of faith. You planted that seed of love, right? And now you just got to water it. And how do you water it? You just keep pouring into it. The gardens, I know we always reference things to gardens and whatnot, and I love gardens because you actually see when you tend to it, you nurture it, you water, you feed it, you talk to it. My mom used to talk to her plants, right? And at first I used to think that was so weird, like, how is she talking? But, it is a living thing, right? Science, right? It's a living thing. So she would talk to it. She would play music. She was nurturing the plant. Same way you got to do with your relationship with your marriage. You got to nurture it. You got to talk to each other. You got to caress. Y'all, that's your boo. You're supposed to be doing some things, right? You can do some things. You can do some things. You can do some things. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. That's your boo. Y'all are on one accord. It's y'all against the world. Don't bring that world inside your home, right? Y'all are a team. It's enough out there that you got to deal with. But when you come together, you're inside, listen, whatever the problem is, y'all can fix it. Y'all can overcome this, right? And so again, the conversations may be hard. They may be very, very challenging to have. But your end goal is to have that peace because y'all love each other. You want to nurture each other. You got to water your own garden. You got to water your spouse, right? So you got to feed it. You planted that seed. Now you can't rush it. You cannot rush it. And that's the majority of our issues. We want to rush the process. And it is just that it's a journey. It's a process. And you got to sit back and you got to just be patient with it. You got to be patient. Love is kind. Love is patient. Yep. It's right there. It is patient. So that means that growth is it's slow, but it's growing. You just look at it. And that's why I say celebrate every milestone, every step, everything that you do, celebrate it. Why not? You don't have to wait until your anniversary or a birthday or whatnot. Celebrate it. You had a conversation without fussing and cussing each other out. Celebrate that. You had a conversation without somebody slamming doors or walking away and not resolve. Celebrate that. That's growth. And so you have to look at your fruit. You don't want to rush that fruit. You don't want to rush that process. Because I can tell you right now, if you start rushing that process, guess what? You're going to go backwards. You're going to keep going back. And you're going to be on that hamster wheel, right? That hamster wheel. You're never going to get off until you just say, listen, okay, some got to give. Some got to give. We got to chill, right? And again, put all of this in your own language, y'all. Put this in your own language. This is just general talk that I'm saying. Like, this is just general, right? But you know your boo. You know your boo, right? You know each other. Just talk to each other. Just talk. Be like, hey, you know what? I know we've been in eyes with each other for a minute. But listen, I don't like doing that. You my baby. And man, let me tell you, we on the same team. Let's do this. Let's see how we can resolve this thing together. Let's talk about it. And again, be gentle, be kind, be sweet to each other. Man, when I tell you, and I talked about this before, our mouths. Both husbands and wives, I'm not just saying the wives, I'm saying both the husbands and the wives. This mouth right here, been there, done that. I'm trying to tell you. We got to learn how to calm this down, turn it down. We got to have the sweetness come out of it, right? We got to have that sweetness come out of it. Because if the world hears you talking negative to your spouse, what you think they're going to do? They're going to feel like they can talk to you any kind of way, talk to your spouse any kind of way. And I know in this household, that's a no-no. No, ain't nobody going to talk to my boo any kind of way. And vice versa. Ain't nobody going to talk to my boo any kind of way, right? So, again, why would I want to do the same thing? Like, why would I want all of that from out there in here? No. So, listen, celebrate your growth. Celebrate it, right? And so, listen, if you're ready to keep building on this growth, I invite you all to go ahead and sign up for the July 19th Fireside Chat. It is free. It is free. Now, a couple of couples have already signed up for the remaining of the year, y'all. That's how good it is. It is a private online chat, meaning that it's not recorded. It's a safe space. I am big on safe spaces, right? It is that safe space for married couples. And if you're engaged, you're invited too. And we had such an awesome time a couple of weeks ago now with our Fireside Chat. And it was just amazing because, again, we had couples and married couples, and we were just talking. And it wasn't a woe is me, marriage is all this and that. No, we were learning from each other. That's what the TLC community is all about. We are learning from each other. The couple that was co-hosting with me, they've been married 15 years, but they had met when they were 9 years old, y'all, in elementary. Like literally, baby love, right? Puppy love. And then we had couples that was in there married 25 plus years. Then we had newlyweds. It was just an amazing, amazing community and just an amazing time. So if you want to go ahead and get in space, go ahead, go to IamTrinetteLcollier.com/event. Go ahead and sign up for whichever date you want to. Only need one registration. You and your boo only have to do one registration. So you don't have to do Mr. and Mrs. You don't have to do that. Just fill out the Mr. and Mrs. at one time for whichever date you want. Go ahead and get in the space. It's limited. Meaning I only have it open for about 7 couples, 10 couples, not even 10 couples, y'all. Because that's how I want my space to be so intimate, right? I want you to be comfortable. I am big on safe spaces. I am big on safe spaces, right? I don't play that. I don't play that. What goes on in that room stays on in that space, right? I mean that. And we've been doing this since January. Woo! Since January. We're building. We're growing. So again, as your marriage communication coach, I'm not here to stress you out. I am here to provide the necessary tools, resources, steps, and strategies so that you can. Oh, that's your boo. And listen, y'all, marriage is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It is not, yes, we go through some challenges. I would be lying to you if I said you're going to have just a peaceful and easy journey, right? I've watched my parents, I've watched my aunts and uncles, I've watched people that I know. I have a really amazing community of married folks, and we even talked about in the fireside chat, they all gone through some things. Their vows have been tested, right? But they chose to stay with each other and to knock this thing out. That's your partner. That's your boo. Y'all were ordained together, right? Now, again, I always make this disclaimer. I am not talking about abusive relationships. So please, if you have a question about what if you're in an abusive relationship, I'm going to tell you right now, as your marriage communication coach, I am authorized to say, go somewhere safe. Get out. There is no ands, ifs, buts about it. Right? I am mandated to say, get out. There's nothing godly, cute about abusive relationships, right? Not talking about that. So if you are in one of those situations, in a situation such as abusive relationship, please, please, please find a way out. Find your exit plan and get out, right? But I'm talking about marriages who we feel sometimes that we just, I can't do this no more. Like, it's just hard. It's not hard, y'all. It's hard if we continue to make it and say it's hard. When we continue to say it's hard, like every single time, man, marriage is hard. Like, it's too hard. Like, yeah, it's going to be hard. You know why? Because you keep saying it. You keep rehearsing it. You keep spewing it out. It's hard. It's hard. Going back to that nurturing, you got to nurture that your marriage with positivity, with affirmation. We're going to be talking about that. This next half, this next quarter, we're going to be talking about that, right? It's challenging at times. It's challenging at times because, again, sometimes you just don't know how to deal with the situations that come about, right? But that means you're going through it. You're going through it. And I'm here to tell you, all of the couples, and I know a lot of couples, married couples, personally. I know, I'm not talking about one or two, I'm talking about 25 plus couples. And all of them have had the same type of testimony. They went through their challenges. They went through. And I share this story all the time. My parents, if they were still living, they would have been married 52 years, right? And they endured some things while they were here on earth. Both of them had cancer. They building a business. They went through job losses and they were building all of that stuff. They went through those things, right? But they chose to stuck it for better, for worse. To death do them part, right? So they didn't give up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had those moments they were tired, like, man, I can't do this no more. I'm pretty sure. But once they got that ease and flow going, once they got that thing going, that rolling, they were good, right? Just as a lot of other couples say the same thing. They went through. And that is the thing. You're going through. You're not saying stuff. Now, you could choose to say stuff. That's on you. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Because I'm a coach that's moving forward. I ain't saying stuff. We ain't going backwards. So if you choose to say stuff, then that's something that you're going to have to answer to. You got to really ask yourself, am I really wanting to stay married, or if I'm here or whatever. So that means you're gonna take a deep dive if you're just really at that point, and that's why I say that's when you go to marriage therapy. When you just really are just that's that trauma. But if you're really like, you know what, it's just some things that I just need some. Me and my boo just need some support on because we're really not understanding what's going on. Let me tell y'all, changes have happened in our marriages, and we haven't sat down and really talked about these changes. We're talking about a worldwide pandemic that affected all of us across the world, right? Including our marriages, right? They were talking about how marriages were getting divorces. The divorce rate had increased during the pandemic, right? You're talking about people are still trying to recoup from the pandemic 5 years later, going on 6 years. Yes, people lost their jobs, people lost their family members. And then you're talking about now people are becoming caregivers. And on top of that, people are becoming empty nesters. So you got all of these changes, right? And we don't sit down and we don't talk to each other about the changes. We just expect each other to pick up, keep going. We don't ask our husbands how we doing. I'm not saying all of us, and I'm not saying we don't do it, but we don't really sit down in depth. We don't say, hey, babe, how do you handle things? I know the changes. How do you handle things? And we're going to be revisiting the safe space because a lot of our marriages we have not created the safe space. And I am big on the safe spaces in our marriage. So we will be talking more about that. We're going to be rebooting, meaning we're going to be revisiting some of this because I really want you all to understand your marriage is not over with, right? So we're going to talk about the changes that have come about in marriage. Your marriage is not dead. It's not over. I don't care what Instagram, I don't care what TikTok, the Facebook, whatever. I don't care what folks are saying. I got a girlfriend who just got married to the love of her life this past weekend. People are still getting married. People are still celebrating. Come on, y'all. Marriage is not dead. All right? So make sure you stay connected to the TLC community. Subscribe to the email list. Don't worry, you will not be getting bombarded with emails all day, every day, right? I have some free resources on there for married couples and so forth. And let me know what you want to talk about. Let me know what you need to hear or want to hear. Slide on into my DM, all right? I will let you do that. Say, hey, Coach T, can we talk about X, Y, and Z? Can we talk about this part of communication, right? Just let me know. I'm good with that. I'm good with that because, again, I'm here for you all, right? So stay connected on all social media platforms. Show a coach some love, y'all. Go on to the YouTube. Make sure you like, you love it, you share it, or whatnot. All right, and just don't give up on your boo. Don't give up on your boo. Okay? Can y'all pinky promise or pinky? Well, what is it? Can you, just say it. I'm not gonna give up on my boo. We're gonna do this thing. We're going to do this thing. We are a team. We are a team. All right? That's what teammates do. We're going to ride this thing on out. Y'all got the handshake? Y'all got the handshake? We got to update we got our handshake. And y'all, let me tell you, both of us almost forgot it, right? Ooh, so I was like, ooh, we've been slacking. We got to create another one. Yup. y'all, this is I don't know about y'all, but this next stage of my life, I am going to enjoy it, and I'm going to enjoy it with my handsome honey, right? And that's the goal. That's the goal. We've gone through some things, and it's like, boom, we're watching each other grow. Same thing with you and your boo. Watch each other grow. Be there for each other, right? That's what y'all there for, your team. All right? So again, let me know what you want to talk about. Join me tomorrow for Talk It Out Tuesday as I continue this. I'm going to show you how to continue to celebrate your boo and celebrate your journey. Because again, this is a journey. It's a process. It's a process. And it's okay. It's not going to look like everybody else. What I tell you, it's not going to look like everybody else. Do not compare your marriage and journey to anybody else. Please, 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 please. Promise yourself that. Promise your boo. Do not compare your marriage and your journey to anybody else. I can tell you right now, y'all can't be like me and Mr. Green. Can't be. And I'm not saying it with the arrogance, but I guarantee you don't want this journey. I'm trying to tell you, I don't want your journey. Embrace your own journey. Embrace your marital journey. Okay? That's what you're there for. To embrace each other, to love on each other. That's your boo. All right? So listen, we're going to go ahead and listen, y'all. By the time y'all come back tomorrow, you better have your notebook. You better have your notebook. All right? I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. Have your notebook. It's the first tomorrow. First of the month. Go on over to the dollar store and get your notebook so you can take down these notes. Because I'm telling you, this next quarter, we moving. We moving. And you better get on board. You better get on the TLC train. All right? So I got you. Thank you again for joining me. And listen, again, TLC community, go ahead and register for the Fireside Chat July 19th at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is private, limited space, right? Limited space. You only need one registration. I am TrinetteLCollier.com/events. It's right there on the page. You ain't even got to go scrolling all over the place. You just choose your dates that you want to attend, and booyah, register for it. It's free, y'all. Did I tell you that? It's free. It's free. 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 All right. All right, you guys. So until tomorrow,